Okay guys, I'm going to discuss how to create this optical illusion color wheel. There are a lot of steps, so I'm going to try to break it down for you as simply as possible on this video format that you can refer to during class, and that, I'll go over all of this stuff in class as well. All right, so first thing we do, get our ruler and a pencil. After you've written your name on the back really lightly, because we may have to use the back, we're going to use the ruler to measure the paper. Now, if I zoom in, I'll show you how we're going to measure it. So first of all, make sure that this part is lined up with the edge of your paper. Now, these papers are about 9 inches. Some of them are a little bit less, some of them are a little bit more, but we're gonna pretend that it's 9. What we're gonna do is we're gonna divide it in half this way, and then turn our paper and divide it in half this way. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a mark at the 4.5 point, okay? You zoom in and show you 4.5. So it's this longest line. It's right in between 4 and 5. So a little mark right there. Then I'm gonna scoot down to the bottom of the paper. Okay, again, I'm gonna make sure my ruler is lined up over here with that one. All right, like this. Then I'll make my mark at 4.5 like that, okay? So I have a mark here, I have a mark here. I'm gonna use the ruler to line up those points. And draw my line. Okay, then we're gonna turn our paper. We're gonna do the same thing. Gonna line it up, making sure that it's at that 0 point right there. And these papers are 12 inches long, okay? Again, sometimes they might be a little bit less or a little bit more, but we're just gonna say that they are 12 inches long. And then half of 12 is 6. So we're gonna put a little mark at the 6, move our ruler down our paper, and well, move it up so you can see that number. Put a mark at the 6, okay, and then connect those lines. Good. Next, we're gonna make a lot more points, okay? Using the ruler to measure, same thing. We're starting at the 9-inch measurement. We are gonna put a mark at the 1.5 point, okay? So it's lined up. Let me zoom in here so you can see where 1.5 is. Again, the half point is gonna be right in between 1 and 2. Okay, so we're gonna put a mark here. Now, this one is important to put it on the very, very edge. This mark needs to be on the very edge. Don't make your mark down here like this, okay? It's gonna mess you up. You need to make it on the edge, okay? And that's true for this whole step I'm about to show you. Okay, so we leave our ruler where it is after you make the 1.5 mark, and you're gonna put it at the 7.5 mark, right in the middle of 7 and 8. You're gonna put the mark 7.5 on the edge of your paper, okay? And then just go ahead and move the ruler down. Now, let's see, I'm gonna put another paper underneath this so you can still see the numbers. All right, so we lined, because your ruler, sorry, let me explain that. Your ruler needs to be off the page if you're doing the bottom one, because our mark needs to be on the very edge of the paper, the very edge. So again, line it up. We're gonna put a point at 1.5 and at 7.5, okay? Then we're going to turn our paper. Line your ruler up at the very top where it's 12 inches. On this side, on the long side, the 12-inch side, forget 1.5, 7.5. This is going to be different, okay? This is going to be at the 3-inch and at the 9-inch, okay? So the 3-inch, hold on one second. Actually, let me just double check if that's correct. Yes, okay. Sorry about that, just making sure that I was remembering correctly. I was. So at the 3-inch and at the 9-inch, again, on the very edge of your paper. I'll move it down. Now let me put this paper underneath so you can see. So I'll line it up. Put a point at the 3 and a point at the 9. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use your ruler to make a line from the center, the very center, to all of these points, okay, that you made. So I'll show you what that looks like. Now, when you line it up, do make sure, look, this is not centered, right? We need to make sure, what you should do is put your pencil on the point in the middle and then gently move your ruler against it. And then find that point while your pencil is here, okay? So put your pencil down in the middle, line your ruler up to this, and then line it up to this first, and then gradually, slowly shift it to that spot, and then you're gonna make your line. Okay, and then you're gonna do the same thing. Now, look, I like to turn my paper instead of like turning the ruler and doing that. Whoops. I can turn my paper. I find that it's easier. So put my pencil here, gently press, slowly shift till it's that spot, and then draw that line. Okay, I'm gonna do it for these two. So put my pencil, push my ruler, find that spot, draw that line, pencil, ruler, line it up, draw that line. Now I'm gonna turn my paper around, pencil, ruler, that spot, pencil, ruler, whoops, pencil, line the ruler up, okay, pencil, ruler, all right, good. Now you should have, starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces, 12 triangles, okay? Next, we're gonna make it look like this, okay? We're gonna add these curves. Now look at mine, look at my example. If you'll notice, look at just this triangle and then this triangle. These curves curve this way, while the curves on either side curve in that way. Okay, so they alternate. So this one curves out, this one curves in, this one curves out, in, out, in. This part is tricky, all right? Really what you wanna do is you wanna start close-ish here, you know, like a finger's width away. What you'll do is make a little mark, and then take the ruler, and we will measure. We could just do this. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna measure 1 inch, and we're gonna measure 1 inch from the center on all of these lines. Put a little mark at the 1 inch. got a perfect circle, okay? Then let's measure, we'll do 2.5. 2.5, okay? 2.5, all the way around with 2.5. Don't try to do all the numbers first. We're just gonna stick with one number at a time all the way around. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Okay. Now I've got one circle in the middle and one circle around that. Oops. Okay. I accidentally made some marks here on this paper. Okay. Then let's measure at 5. Yeah, let's do it at 5. 5 all the way around. 5, 5, 5. Oops, sorry. Shaky. Now look, this one, it's not there, okay? Let me erase this line. 5 is off the page. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about that one. We're just gonna move on to the next one. Mark it 5. Oh gosh, sorry. Just keep bumping that thing. Mark it the 5. 5. 5. And 5. Again, it's off the page. So move it right here. 5 and one more. 5. Okay. All right, so having that measured out will help you tremendously. Yeah, all right, cool. Now, we're gonna connect these spots. Here's how we're gonna do this. Let's zoom in. Gonna go back to this first circle that we made. Remember, it's gonna be curves, okay? And they're gonna alternate. So it's gonna go curve in, curve out, curve in, curve out. So since it's gonna alternate, we are gonna draw them alternating. So we're gonna start here and curve in. Okay, and then we're gonna skip one, turn our paper a bit, and we're gonna try to match that exact curve. We don't want it to curve up more than that one did or be more shallow. So we're just gonna try our best to curve. Now that one's a little bit shallow, but it does not matter. Just make sure that you're attempting to have them be the same curvature, okay? It'll look great once we're finished, I promise. Just stay with it, stay with me. Okay, then we're gonna move up 1 in the same triangle. Don't worry about these other spaces yet. Move up 1 in the same triangle, and it's gonna be the same curvature. And we're gonna continue here. All right, now look, since this 5 was off the page, here it is right here. This 5 right here on this line is still there. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna have a scrap sheet of paper and just put it under our paper. We're gonna have this lined up there. We're gonna pretend like it keeps going. So we're gonna go from here to there. So same curvature, here to there. See that? All right, then we're gonna put the paper aside. We're gonna use it in just a minute when we do the other side. So keep going, curve, curve. Again, here we go. Okay, so this is the spot where the 5 is off the page. So we're gonna get our scratch paper, continue this line, put the little mark at the 5, and then make that curve. Like that, okay? So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, now we've got that set up. And we need to do the other spaces. So since these all curved in, these are gonna curve out this way. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, the way that I'm doing this, doing it toward me, is confusing. It's because it's an optical illusion that we're making, so it's gonna get confusing. It's gonna start to get a little dizzying and a little bit weird, but just stay with it, all right? Now, again, we're at the side, so we need to put our scratch paper down, get our ruler out, measure from the center, continue this line, put a mark at the 5, and we're gonna go from here to that mark that's off the page, okay? We're gonna go this way, outward, okay? So you're hardly gonna draw it, it's just gonna be like this, out, and then it goes off the page, so it doesn't matter, right? But look, it's there a little bit, so it does matter. All right. Okay, and again, we're at that spot where the mark's off the page, so we're gonna draw our line, put a mark at the 5, and then from here to there, coming out this way. All right, okay, one more space. Whoops. Messed up. You see where this is going? It was going right there where it's not connected, so I'm going to erase. It's okay. I didn't draw light enough. It's not erasing all the way, but that's okay because we're going to color over it, so it'll be all right. All right, and there you have that. You've set up your page, okay? So we've made it to this point. Great.